A historic day for the Cincinnati women's basketball team comes to an end here tonight in Fifth Third Arena when the Cincinnati Bearcats take on the Davidson Wildcats. My name's Aiden Riggs, joined alongside Mackenzie Tackett. Mackenzie, happy to be here.
Happy to be here too. I'm excited to see what Cincinnati can do tonight. Started off the season pretty good, going 2-0. Hopefully we can get another win under our belt tonight.
Yeah, as I mentioned, pretty historic day for the Bearcats today. Of course, today is National Signing Day. The Bearcats getting 5 huge recruits, including the multiple in the top 50 and a top 10 recruit, the highest ranked recruit in Cincinnati basketball history. D. Alexander committed to the Bearcats today, officially signing on to be a Bearcat in the class of 2025. And, you know, we talked to Katrina Merriweather earlier. She's really excited for where this team is going and where they're heading towards trajectory-wise. She's building a great core right now, a lot coming into the future as well, and they're happy to get the chance here tonight to go 3-0. As you mentioned, hot start to the year, wins at UIC and against Delaware State earlier this week. This Bearcats team, they've started off hot. This is the first time that they could go 3-0 since 2015-16. I mean, they could make a huge difference here. You've had some impact players, of course, step up. Jillian Hayes, Big 12 Player of the Week last week, the first Bearcat to ever win that honor. She's averaging 20.5 points a game, 11 rebounds in each game. She's also shooting at a 61.5% clip. Some other players that have stepped up for the Bearcats have been some transfers. Alliance Ndiba, that's going to be a name to get down. Ndiba so far has got 10 rebounds in her first 2 games. Ariel Jackson has also had 13 points, 5 rebounds against Delaware State. Really had some players step up for the Bearcats here to get it going. Now looking towards Davidson, they sit at 1-1, had a rough go last time out against High Point, lost that one 56-53. Had a late push, weren't quite able to get that one finished though. Standout players for them do include Millie Pryor, who led on defense with 15 rebounds and 2 blocks. She had 7 points in that one with 4 assists. She is currently averaging 17 points a game. Leading scorer for the Wildcats. Another one to keep an eye out for is Candace Leonafa. Scored 13 points, and Kira Brundox had 11 points. They combined for 24 in that game. This would be a good challenge for the Bearcats here early in the season. We don't see a ton of power opponents for the Bearcats this year on their schedule, but to get a team out of the A-10 in Davidson to come into Fifth Third early in the season, really test what you've got going on here, it's a great challenge for the Bearcats ahead of their big matchups in Canada in the next coming weeks. So with that, starting lineups are being announced here at Fifth Third Arena. First for Davidson, starting out at guard, will be number 1, Mallory Haynes. Also at guard, number 4, Izzy Morgan. Also at guard, number 7, Katie Donovan. 4th guard of the lineup is number 14, Kira Brundox. And finally, rounding out the starting 5 is number 10, Millie Pryor. Bearcats starting 5 being announced here. Starting 5 as announced by head coach Katrina Merriweather. Starting at guard, number 2, Tania Hilton. Tania Hilton, had to get that one down. Talked to Ethan earlier, had to make sure that was right. Also at guard, number 3, Reagan Jackson. At guard, number 34, Ariel Jackson. At forward, number 20, Jillian Hayes. And rounding out the starting 5 at forwards, number 25, Alliance Ndiba. So, Mackenzie, is there anything you think we should watch out for in this game?
Definitely UC needs to just get their open shots. You see, if you've watched the past 2 games, they let a lot of rebounds go on offense. They need to get in there. With them having 2 big forwards, they need to get in there and get those rebounds and just be able to get those second chance points to get them ahead of the other teams.
Cincinnati held a plus 21 rebounding margin over Delaware State. That was the first time that they've achieved 50-plus rebounds under Katrina Merriweather's term at the head coach. We got to, as we mentioned, talked to her earlier about signing day. She is really excited for the trajectory that this program is going. She mentioned trying to build off of what the men are building on their side of the court. She compared them to the 1990s. Back when the Bearcats had their Final Four appearance in 1990, the women's team really thrived after, really getting that CPAW known in the public eye, to where when you see that logo, you think, hey, what are they doing there in Cincinnati? And she really wants to build that same type of feel here with how the men now ranked nationally in the top 20. She wants to build this women's team right alongside it. She wants to kind of ride their tails take as much from it as she can, and she's doing that early here. D. Alexander, a top 10 commit. Kalaya Divalasi, wow, that's going to be a nameful next year.
We got a couple good,
top 55. But, you know, they've got so many, 5 of them signed today, and she mentioned they have room for more. They're not going to stop here with just getting that 5. They're also going to hit the portal as they did this past summer. Great things being built here by the women's program here in Fifth Third Arena.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what these upcoming seasons have for the Bearcats, getting our name really out there, having people know just what the University of Cincinnati is.
Starter set to take the floor. Mentioned Bearcats 2-0. Davidson Wildcats sit at 1-1. Bearcats take the floor in their all white unis. Davidson wearing all black. Alliance and Diva set to take the tip across from Millie Pryor. She's going to win that one back. Jillian Hayes grabs it, and the Bearcats have possession first here from Cincinnati, Ohio. Tanaya Hilton up top, works her way to the right just inside the arc. Working her way back to the left now is Ariel Jackson. Kicks it outside Jillian Hayes. Hayes up top, working it to her right. Down on the floor goes Reagan Jackson. Foul is going to be called against the Wildcats. Katie Donovan, guilty of that. Bearcats will have a throw in. Ariel Jackson sends that one into Reagan Jackson. Tanea Hilton, I apologize. The 2 Jacksons make that very complicated, but Hilton gets it just inside. Jillian Hayes pulls up, cross-court pass. Tanea Hilton fakes the jumper, pushes inside on the baseline. Back down her defender, back outside. Ariel Jackson throws up a heave. That's no good off the back iron, rebounded by Davidson. Up the floor comes Izzy Morgan. Outside now, Mallory Haynes. Up top, makes its way back to Katie Donovan. Donovan up top, working on Hayes. Quick handoff, there's Haynes. Pryor with it now, leading scorer for the Wildcats. Working her way to the right now is Morgan. Inside the paint she goes, throws that one up off the backboard. That's no good. Rebounded by Ndiba. Tanea Hilton, left side with speed. Stops inside the arc. Back up top to let her offense develop. Into the corner, Ariel Jackson tries to send it down low. Jillian Hayes battles with her defender, puts that one up off the glass and good. Jillian Hayes gets the Cats on the board. Izzy Morgan took it up the floor for the Wildcats. Quick stop. Good pass inside now. Down low was Brundock. She buries that one. Tied it 2. Press being applied by the Wildcats. Comes Tanaya Hilton, being the point guard for this Bearcats offense. Heavy praise earlier today from Katrina Merriweather taking over in that point guard role. In the corner, Ndiba. Back outside, there's Jackson. Ariel Jackson now just off of the 3rd logo on the right side of the court. Left side, Tanaya Hilton throws up that 3. That's good. Tanaya Hilton finds buckets on the outside. Cats lead 5-2. Izzy Morgan, center of the court. Handed it off to Millie Pryor. There's Brundocks. Brundocks got it to Donovan. She handed it right back to Morgan. Back to Brundocks. Up top, 3 is taken by Morgan. That's no good off the back iron. A couple players go up for it. Haynes comes down with it, though, for the Wildcats. Inside the paint, backing down her defender was Morgan. Back outside, the 3 is up from Donovan. That's no good as well. Rebounded by the Cats. Bearcats, that is. Going to go out of bounds, though, off of Ndiba. Wildcats will have an inbounds pass underneath the basket. Set to inbound it for the Wildcats is Izzy Morgan. Tight defense from the Bearcats. Up top, it goes to Haynes. Immediately throws that one up. That's no good off the back iron. Tanea Hilton's going to come down with the rebound. Hilton, 20 points earlier this year at UIC. She takes it up the floor for the Cats. Motions her offense right up the CPAW logo. Jillian Hayes meets her up top. Tanea Hilton working to the right. Pulls up. 3 is up. That's no good off the front iron. And Diva battles for the rebound. She comes down with it. Inside the arc. Puts up that little floater. That's no good. Jillian Hayes battled for that rebound. It's going to go out of bounds, though, off her. Bearcats lead this one 5-2, 6:47 remaining in the first quarter. Substitutions coming in for the Wildcats. Looks like it's going to be Adenupe replacing Donovan. Brianna Byers is going to come in for the Bearcats. Along with Chloe Mann. Wildcats take it up the floor. Worked up that left side. There's Izzy Morgan. Back up top. Adenupe has it. Three is up from Haynes. That one's good. Mallory Haynes ties this one at 5. Quick steal there from the Wildcats as well in the inbounds play. It's going to go out of bounds off them, though, Bearcats basketball. Chloe Mann set to inbound this one. Heavy press still being applied, though, by the Wildcats. Jasmine Timerson will also enter the game for the Wildcats. Chloe Mann underneath the basket. It's deflected on the way in. Mann's going to have to grab that one herself and take it up the floor. A little crossover at midcourt, makes its way over. Just in time, it's Chloe Mann. Dribbles with the right hand inside the arc. Back outside, there's Tanea Hilton. Tanea Hilton, back out, Brianna Byers. Up top, Reagan Jackson for 3. That one's no good off the side. Mallory Haynes comes down with the rebound. Haynes up the left side of the court. Tries to kick it back outside. Stolen away by Tanea Hilton. Bounces around a couple. It's going to go out of bounds off of the Bearcats. They're going to review that one, it looks like. Never mind, they're just going to play. That was a substitution look. Wildcats will inbound right in front of the Bearcats bench. Mallory Haynes throws that one in to Jasmine Timerson. She'll lead this offense. Or to her right, took a screen. Just inside the arc, tries to get it inside. Jillian Hayes pokes that one away. She's going to come away with that one. Foul is going to be called on the Wildcats. Second team foul on the Wildcats. Ariel Jackson set to throw it in. Jackson's going to throw it into Hayes. Hayes will send it right back to her as Jackson will man this attack. Stops at midcourt. Pass over to Chloe Mann. She'll take that 3. That one's no good off the side of the iron. Jillian Hayes comes down with the rebound. Hayes averaging a double-double so far in the year. Back up top. Makes his way to Hilton. Tries to get it to Hayes inside the arc. That's no good. Bounces around a couple hands. She keeps it right off of midcourt. 7 seconds on the shot clock for Ariel Jackson. Working her way inside. Chloe Mann now with it outside. She's going to be called, believe, for stepping out of bounds. It'll be Wildcat basketball. 5:19 remains on the clock in this first quarter. We're knotted at 5. Izzy Morgan's going to come back into the game for the Wildcats. Timerson had it on that far side. Now it's Millie Pryor. Close to us, it's Millie Pryor. Backing down Hayes. Spin move on her. Lost possession for a second. She's still battling on Hayes. Tries to go around her. Puts that floater up. That's no good, but she got fouled on the way up. Jillian Hayes is going to commit that one. She'll go to the line for 2.
I think that's definitely going to be a battle all night between Hayes and Pryor down there on the block. 2 big, strong players.
Another substitution for the Bearcats. Reagan Jackson comes back into the game, replacing Tanea Hilton. Pryor at the line. First shot is up, bounces its way in as they take a 6-5 lead on that one. Last year, Pryor led the team with 9.8 points. Led the team as well with 7.6 rebounds a game. She's going to be taken out of the game after making her second to give the Wildcats 7-5 lead. She's replaced by Adina Strauss, one of the many international players on this roster for the Wildcats. Jillian Hayes has it inside the arc. A little jumper up. That bounces its way in. Jillian Hayes ties this one at 7. Wildcats try and come up with speed. There's Strauss newly into the game. Towards the left side. She's going to hand that one off quickly to Dower. There's Dower up top. It makes its way to Edenupe. Edenupe inside. Now back out. Goes stolen away by the Bearcats. Here's Brianna Byers. Ariel Jackson set to take it up the floor. Chloe Mann. Mann just inside the arc. Back outside. Reagan Jackson in the corner. Works her way up top. Inside the paint she goes. Tries to lay it down. Jillian Hayes puts that one up off the glass. Jillian Hayes gives the Cats a 9-7 lead. Wildcats look for an answer. Izzy Morgan on the far side. Strauss. Here's Dower, working her way towards the basket. Puts it up off the glass. That's no good. She's come down to her own rebound. Little spin move that puts that one up and in. We're knotted at 9. Ariel Jackson got that one into Chloe Mann. Here's Mann. Back to Jackson. Ariel Jackson on the left side of the floor. Motions her offense. Jillian Hayes just outside the arc. Reagan Jackson. Gives it to Ariel Jackson. She throws up that three. That one's no good off the front iron. Come down with the rebound with Strauss. Here come the Wildcats. The opposing attack. Izzy Morgan drives her way towards the basket. She's going to be called on a charge. Went right into Reagan Jackson. This will be Bearcat basketball. With that, we'll go to a quick media timeout. We're knotted at 9 here from Fifth Third Arena. 3:25 remains in the first quarter. Welcome back to Fifth Third Arena here in the campus of the University of Cincinnati. The Bearcats and the Davidson Wildcats are knotted at 9 with 3:25 remaining in the first quarter. My name is Aiden Riggs, joined alongside Mackenzie Tackett. Mackenzie, what are your thoughts so far?
I think UC's playing a pretty tough game. I think the Jillian Hayes is going to have a big night down on the block. They tower over Davidson. Davidson is a very small school, so if we just keep driving and kicking it to the post, I think we'll come ahead in the towards the end of this game.
Davidson does have a great percentage-wise defensively against the three-pointer. The Bearcats might need to use that size to get anything on the board here. Ariel Jackson takes up the floor for them to start out coming out of this break. She dribbles her way on the left side, takes off about 10 seconds of the clock, now works her way inside. Cross-court pass, here's Reagan Jackson. Goes along the baseline, back up top, made its way to Ariel Jackson. She battles towards it. Jumper is going to be taken by Brianna Byers. That's no good. Wildcats come down with it. Here come the Wildcats now. Inside the arc, back outside. The three is up from Leonafa. These names are not fun with how international they are, but that gives the Wildcats a 12-9 lead. Leonafa, her first three of the game. Ariel Jackson with it. Cross midcourt. Working her way to her left. Goes between her legs. Back towards the top she goes. Thought about the pull-up. Elects not to. Daly Dunn's going to take that one, though, for three. That's no good. Rebounded by the Wildcats. Here's Izzy Morgan up the left side of the court. Hands it off. There's Sienna Dower. To the right now is Millie Pryor. Pryor hands it back off to Morgan. Inside the arc. Back outside, though. Leonafa, that's no good. Rebounded, though, by Millie Pryor. Back up top. Morgan. Dower working her way inside. Finger roll. That one's up and good off the backboard. Wildcats lead 14-9. Minute 50 remains in the first quarter. 7-0 run here for the Wildcats. Bearcats haven't had a basket in 2:24. Ariel Jackson slowly makes her way up the court. Here's Reagan Jackson. Daly Dunn. Dunn, the transfer. 2 threes earlier this week against Delaware State. There's Ariel Jackson. Right towards the top of the key, and Diva backing down her defender off the backboard it goes. Rebounded by Byers, put up, back, and in. Brianna Byers gets the Cats within 3. Cats break the scoring drought. Get back within 3 with a minute to go in this first quarter. Here's Pryor. Hands it off to Donovan. Up top, Leonafa. Pump fake from Izzy Morgan. Back to Leonafa. Puts it up off the glass. That's no good. Pryor battles for the rebound, but the Bearcats come down with it. Here's Reagan Jackson. Works her way across midcourt. Up the left side. Ariel Jackson with it now. Sends the pass over to Reagan Jackson. She has it now on the left wing. Back up top she goes. Ariel Jackson with it. Working her way with her left hand. A little crossover there at midcourt. Pull-up jumper. That's no good. Bounces off the backboard. Come down with it, though, was Millie Pryor. Come the Wildcats with the shot clock off. They lead 14-11. They're going to hold for one shot. Izzy Morgan dribbles a little bit of the clock away, being guarded closely by Daly Dunn. 12 seconds on the clock. They start to move. Here's Donovan. Left side, back up top, Izzy Morgan. Morgan inside the arc she goes, battles her way towards the net. Stolen away by Ariel Jackson. Ariel Jackson trying to beat the buzzer, working her way towards the basket. Puts it up. That's no good. Couldn't quite find it. At the end of one, it'll be 14-11, the Wildcats lead. Kinsey, what were your thoughts on that first quarter?
Sorry, I was watching. Cincinnati's coaches were not happy about them not calling a foul on that last play. But I think Cincinnati, they just need to get their defense up. They're slacking a little bit down on the defense, letting Davidson get many open threes. With Davidson being so short compared to the Cincinnati Bearcats, they're going to shoot a lot of threes because they can't get it inside to the post. So UC just needs to get outside and guard those threes with them having shooters and them being able to make those three-point shots.
Jillian Hayes, the leading scorer, with 6 points. We'll take a quick break here in between quarters. We'll be back shortly. start of the second quarter here from Fifth Third Arena on the campus of the University of Cincinnati between the Bearcats and the Wildcats. The Wildcats lead this one 14-11. Wildcats coming into this game at 1-1. The Bearcats at 2-0. Bearcats looking to become 3-0 for the first time since 2015-16. 2 wins this year on the road against UIC and 1 at home this past week against Delaware State. The Wildcats will start off with the ball to start this second quarter. So we are underway. Taking it up the floor for the Wildcats was Izzy Morgan. Handed off quickly to Millie Pryor. Foul's going to be called down low against the Bearcats. It'll be Davidson basketball. They're actually going to call it kickball. Izzy Morgan will inbound this one. Mallory Hayes will come back into the game for the Wildcats. Izzy Morgan looks to inbound it, sends it up top. Mallory Hayes is going to put that jumper up right off the inbound. That's no good. Bounce around a couple hands, and Deepa comes down with it for the Bearcats. Quickly hands it off to Chloe Mann. Works her way towards center of the court. Crosses over. Tanea Hilton working her way towards the baseline, puts it up off the backboard and good. Tanea Hilton gets the Cats within 1. Wildcats looking for an answer. Brundonks had it. Over to Haynes. Back outside Izzy Morgan. Down low. Millie Pryor backing down Ndiba. Pryor, good quick move there to break past Ndiba. It's no good though. Ndiba comes down with the rebound. Hilton, quick spin move with the ball. Gets it across midcourt. Hits it inside. Jillian Hayes battles with her defender. Tries to get her feet set. Tries to put that one up. She's fouled on the way up. She'll to the line for 2.
Davidson foul was number 17, first personal, first team foul. For the Bearcats, number 20, Jillian Hayes.
Jillian Hayes to the line for the Bearcats. Hayes, your leading scorer with 6 points. She's got 2 to put the Bearcats ahead here. She makes the first one. We're knotted at 14. 9:03 remains in the second quarter. Hayes gathers the ball. Ready for her second. Shot is up, and that is good as well. The Bearcats now lead 15-14. Sienna Dower's going to come back in for Davidson, replacing Mallory Haynes. It's inbounded quickly by Pryor. From the Wildcats, Bearcats applying a little bit of a press, as we saw the Wildcats do earlier in that first quarter. They get it across midcourt. Motioning her offense is Morgan. Hands it off quickly. There's Pryor. Pryor's looking down low. Stolen away by Tanea Hilton. Here comes Hilton with speed. Up the right side. Finger roll. That one's no good. Might have been fouled on the way up. A foul's going to be called against, I believe that's Izzy Morgan. Instead, it's going to go against Pryor. Hilton's going to go to the line for 2. Cats have a chance to go up by 3 here. Hilton tried to take it to the rim straight off that steal. It was a hard attack there from Millie Pryor. Just caught a little bit too much of her body. Went down a little hard behind the basket as well. First shot is up, and that's good. Extends the lead to 2 for the Cats. 8:43 remains. Sub shortly will come on for Davidson. She gathers the ball ready for her second. Ball is up, and it is good. Cats lead 17-14. 8:43 remains. Wildcats inbound it. Press is once again applied by the Bearcats. A little bit of a soft one, but still applying the pressure. They get it over just in time. The Bearcats wanted that call for 10-second violation. They're not going to get it. Inside, down low, back down her defender was Edanupe. That goes up, no good. Jillian Hayes with the rebound. Jillian Hayes, I believe that is her 3rd rebound of the night. Might have been her 2nd. Thrown up to her now, down low. Backing down her defender. In the paint, she's met by 3 Wildcats. They're trying to steal it away. A foul is going to be called. She was battling down low. 3 defenders all crash down into her in the post. It'll be a 3rd team foul of the night for the Wildcats. Chloe Mann will inbound it for the Bearcats. Offense breaks out. Quickly, it makes its way in. Jumper is up. That's no good. Rebounded quickly, though, by Delaney Snyder and put back in. Cats lead 19-14. Here come the Wildcats now. On the way back up, it's Strauss. She has it. Quickly gets it back to Morgan. Morgan working her way down low. It's knocked out by Jillian Hayes. It'll go out of bounds. Wildcats will inbound with 17 seconds on the shot clock beneath the basket. A little bit of confusion there at the start. For the Wildcats, they get it figured out. Here's Izzy Morgan to throw it in. Quickly gets it in. They're going to call an offensive foul against the Wildcats. That's going to be Bearcat basketball. It's going to go against Strauss, her second of the night. Soft press is once again applied by the Wildcats. Bearcats take it across midcourt. I believe that's Tanea Hilton. Tanea Hilton to the right side. On the wing, she has it. Cross-court pass makes its way. Three is up from Dunn, and that's good. Buckets from Dunn. Puts the Cats up by 8. Timeout, Wildcats. Davidson finds themselves in a scoring drought. They're going to take the timeout. That'll serve as the media timeout. We'll take a quick break here from Fifth Third Arena. The Bearcats lead 22-14. .733 remains here in the second quarter from Fifth Third Arena. Bearcats lead the Davidson Wildcats 22-14. Wildcats find themselves in a bit of a scoring drought. Bearcats with the last 3 baskets. A little bit of a run there to start out this second quarter. The Wildcats will inbound it, though, underneath their own basket. Press once again being applied by the Bearcats. Having a little trouble getting it over. Or the Wildcats quick, almost got a 10-second violation. Said they are going to call it. 10-second violation goes against the Wildcats. It'll be Bearcat basketball. Tanea Hilton's going to take it up for the Cats. Across midcourt she goes. Goes behind her back, drives inside of the paint, puts it up off the glass and good. Tanea Hilton, welcome to Cincinnati. Stolen away, gets the steal, puts that one up, fouled. Tanea Hilton, it's a one-woman show. She'll head to the line for two. Tanea Hilton making her presence known. Cats lead this one 24-14, have the chance to extend their lead to 12 here. They are in the bonus now as well, as that was the 5th foul on the Wildcats. Delaney Snyder's going to come out of the game. Colby Mann replaces her. Ramaya Bird also into the game as well. First shot is up and it is no good. Tanea Hilton, the transfer from Texas A&M. She played in 30 games with 3 starts. Led the team in assists 5 times. Second shot is up, and that is good. Cats lead now sits at 11 as they lead 25-14. 7:10 remains in the second quarter. Ball's inbounded press again from the Bearcats. Wildcats again having a little trouble to get this one across. Working their way inside, now back outside Leonafa. Leonafa outside to Izzy Morgan. Leonafa pump fakes the 3. A little bit of a zone almost being played by the Bearcats. Instead they go back to Mann. Up top, Leonafa. At the free throw line, she has it. Puts up the little jumper, that's good. Leonafa breaks the drought. Makes it a 9-point game. 25-16, the Cats lead. Tanea Hilton takes it up the floor, into the paint she goes, puts up the finger roll, that's no good. She was fouled though. She'll head to the line for 2 again. Tanea Hilton went down hard on that one as well. A little slow to get up back to her feet. She gets up, she'll gets a thumbs up to the bench. Hilton already in double figures with 10 points on the day. First free throw is up. That one's no good as well. Off the rattles around the iron. Hilton also has 2 steals already in the game. Twirls the ball. Second shot is up. Rattles its way in there. Cats lead by 10. 26-16 is your score. 6:30 remains in the second quarter. Hilton again playing aggressive defense as the Bearcats apply the press. Jillian Hayes going to steal that one away as the long pass was errant. Here's Chloe Mann working her way towards the paint. Puts up a little floater. That's no good. Bounces around a couple hands. Millie Pryor comes down with it, though, for the Wildcats. Here's Sienna Dower. Poked away by the Bearcats. Stolen away now. That was Daily Dunn. Long pass from Hilton all the way up to Mann. Mann has it now just inside the arc. Works her way back outside on that wing. Right side of the court. Back up Hilton. Here's Jillian Hayes. Back down her defender. Pulls up the little jumper from the free throw line. That's good. Jillian Hayes. Buckets on the jumper. Right side of the court. Izzy Morgan. Up top, Millie Pryor. Down low. Travel is going to be called against Katie Donovan. Bearcats with all the momentum in their favor. 3 turnovers in the last minute, 4 seconds for the Wildcats. Subs coming in on both sides for the Bearcats. Number 7, Abby Holtman will enter the game for the first time, replacing Daily Dunn. Abby Holtman, who you played against, you said.
I did in high school.
That Florence, Kentucky connection there. She inbounds the ball to Chloe Mann. She'll take it up the floor for the Bearcats. 28-16 is your score. 5:30 remains the second quarter. Chloe Mann outside now, Abby Holton. Works her way inside the arc, back outside to Chloe Mann. Just on the right side of the court. Pass to Ramaya Bird. Made its way back to Chloe Mann and Abby Holtman. Holtman on the right side, driving towards the baseline. Inside the paint, she's going to step out and out of bounds. And that'll be Wildcat basketball.
Cincinnati seems to be finding the rhythm here in the second half, both offense and defense, getting stops and getting boards.
Right side of the court. Leonafa has it inside the arc. Cross-court pass makes its way to Haynes. Back inside Millie Pryor. Back out to Haynes. Another cross-court pass goes through the hands, out of bounds. Bearcat basketball. They'll inbound that on the sideline. Another turnover. Their 4th turnover in the last 2 minutes for the Wildcats. Here's Chloe Mann. A little bit of speed. Abby Holtman now has it. One-handed pass back to Mann. Jillian Hayes. Right at the free throw line. Good pass down low. Tried to find Bird. Said Bird's going to battle for it on the ground. Jump ball will be called. That will go in favor of the Bearcats. They're going to inbound this one with 12 seconds on the shot clock underneath the basket. Ariel Jackson's going to try and come into the game. They're going to bring her in at the last second there. Ariel's going to replace Abby Holtman. Looked like Ramaya Bird and Millie Pryor were getting a little aggressive down low there as the refs have to step in. Quick stoppage in play. 4:45 remains on the clock. Cats lead by 12. Discussions on both ends, or for both ends here. We'll see what comes away with this. Jillian. Aggressive defense being played by the Wildcats. Jillian Hayes kind of fell back there. She gets the inbounds pass. Back out, Reagan Jackson for 3. No good off the back iron. Coming down at the rebound, though, was Leonafa. Here come the Wildcats up the left side of the court. Makes his way to Dower. Inside the paint she goes. Jillian Hayes blocks that one away. She gets that rebound as well. Ariel Jackson. Right side of the court, Chloe Mann. Ariel Jackson up top. Motions her offense with her left hand while she dribbles with the right. Inside the arc, Ramaya Bird. Bird holds it atop her head. Chloe Mann with it now. Inside the arc, pull-up jumper. That's no good. Went over the basket. It's going to go out of bounds off of Davidson. So it hit the hands of Pryor before it went out. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Bearcats will inbound it underneath the basket. Looks like it'll be Ariel Jackson. Throws it into Hayes. Hayes grabs it. Shot clock going down. Under 5 seconds. Hayes is going to take it herself. Pull-up jumper. That's no good. Rebounded by the Wildcats. Just avoided the shot clock violation. Mallory Hayes takes it up. With it now, Jasmine Timerson backs down her defender. Tight defense being played. Leonafa drives inside. Blocking foul is going to be called against Ariel Jackson. No points in the last 2:56 for the Wildcats. Ariel Jackson's first foul. Along the first team foul of the night for the Bearcats. Looks like it might be the second, actually. First shot is up from Leonafa, and that's good. Trying to get the Wildcats back within 10 here. Second one is good as well. Bearcats now lead 28-18. 3:49 remains in the second quarter. Ariel Jackson, right side of the floor, crosses midcourt. Motions her offense with her left hand. Stands alone just offside the C Paul logo. Jillian Hayes. Pull-up jumper. That one rattles its way in. Jillian Hayes gets the Cats to 30. Here come the Wildcats. Timerson took it up the floor. She has it top of the key. Timerson right side. Got it to Dower. Down low, Leonafa. Here's Dower. Working away inside the paint, back outside. Here's Haynes for 3. That one's no good off the back iron. Bird comes down with the rebound. Ariel Jackson. Up the left side, she's met by Haynes pretty quickly as she makes her way across midcourt. Ariel Jackson. Jillian Hayes. Hayes, jumper from the free throw line. That's no good. Coming down with it was Leonafa. Timerson in the paint. Outside for 3 was Dower. That's no good. Rebounded by Bird. Foul is going to be called against Davidson. That's going to send the Bearcats to the line once again. Goes against Leonafa.
Second personal foul penalty situation. The Wildcats are
Subs will come in for the Bearcats. Brianna Byers and Indiva will come in. Byers will have to wait, though, as Bird will take the free throws. Jillian Hayes will come out.
14 to line, Bird. Set to the foul line for 2 shots.
Bird at the line for 2. 5 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 blocks against Delaware State, along with 2 steals. The first shot is no good. She stands at the line, ready for her second. Bird's second is up, and that is good. Cats now lead 31-18 over the Davidson Wildcats. Bird comes out of the game for Brianna Byers. Davidson inbounds with 2:39 remaining in the second quarter. Up the floor, here's Dower. Haynes has it, quick ball movement from the Wildcats. Cross-court pass, it was Timerson to Dower. Back inside, Leonoff, stolen away by Ariel Jackson. Tries to throw it up to Reagan Jackson. She gathers it right on the baseline. Try to get it inside to Indiva. Indiva gathers it, works right back outside. Ariel Jackson, just off the CPAW logo, motions her offense, 15 on the shot clock. Right side, Abby Holton pulls up for 3. That's no good off the back iron. Rattles around a couple hands. Leonoff comes down with it for the Wildcats. 2 minutes remains in the second quarter. Right side of the court, Jasmine Timerson. Back up top, Leonoff. Thought about hitting a cutting Dower, instead hands it to Haynes. Haynes works way to the right. Thought about sending it into the corner, instead it's Timerson right at that 5th-3rd logo. Motions her inside. Working way inside now. Here's Timerson. She's going to have to throw that up to beat the shot clock. That's no good off the front iron. Rebounded by the Wildcats. Dower came down at that one. Timerson works her way inside, but travel is going to be called. That'll be Bearcat basketball. Tanea Hilton will come back into the game, replacing Abby Holtman. Ariel Jackson will inbound. Press being applied by the Wildcats. Tanea Hilton gets it. She's met by 2, gets through them both. Works her way inside, back outside. 3 is up from Reagan Jackson. That's good. Reagan Jackson from the corner. Cats lead 34-18. About to enter the final minute of play here from the second quarter. The Cats on a 6-0 run over the last 2 minutes. 0 for 4 from the field. On their last 4 are the Wildcats. Picked up her dribble was Dower. Now it's Pryor. Same spot on the left side of the court. Inside the paint she goes, back outside, made its way to Timerson. Open for 3 from the corner is Dower. That's no good. Coming out the rebound is Indiva. Indiva has it. Had to pick up her dribble quickly, tried to throw it up to Hilton. She's met quickly by a Wildcat, but it's going to go out of bounds for the Bearcats. They will inbound underneath their own basket with 23 seconds left on the shot clock. Going to have to work quick here. Ariel Jackson will come back to inbound it. 49 seconds remain on the game clock. Jackson has it. Gets it into Hilton. Hilton gonna have to move fast. Instead of travel violation, is gonna be called against her. It'll go back in Davidson's favor. In the attacking end of the court. 3 turnovers in the last 3 minutes for Davidson has not been their quarter. Bearcats outscoring them and outplaying them in every way possible in this quarter. Davidson will inbound. 4 points in this quarter in total for the Wildcats. Has not been their quarter, to say the least. Up top with it, Brundock. She works her way inside. Finger roll is up. That's no good off the backboard. Coming down with it, though, is the Wildcats. Bearcat bench wanted a foul. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Up top, into the corner, goes to Haynes. She works her way down low along the baseline. Back up top, here's Morgan. Izzy Morgan working on Reagan Jackson. Back outside, Haynes. She's going to throw up that 3. That's no good off the iron. Bounces around a couple hands once again. Up top, it goes to Haynes. Shot clock is turned off. 15 seconds remain in the quarter. Izzy Morgan's going to take her time for holding for 1 shot. 0 for 7 from the field on their last 7 are the Wildcats. Inside, here is Pryor. Backing down Indiva. Pryor trying to find a shot. Fade away. That's up. That's no good. Bearcats are going to head into half, leading this one 34-18. Not the half you wanted at all if you were the Davidson Wildcats. Bearcats outscored Davidson 23-4 in that second quarter. An absolute momentum swing that we haven't seen in a while from the Bearcats. They absolutely owned that quarter offensively. Davidson ended that quarter 0 for 8 from the field. The Bearcats on a 6-0 run to where they didn't score in the last minute and a half. Scoring drought of 349 for the Wildcats. So Mackenzie, what were your thoughts on that first half?
I think UC Bearcats, they struggled there for a minute there in the first half, but the second half we really came together. We started talking, working on defense more, passing the ball around, and just getting open shots. I think one of our major keys is getting the ball down to the post to Jillian Hayes. We have hit a couple of threes, but for the most part they aren't hitting as much as Jillian Hayes is hitting the little jumpers from the free throw line or right down there on the block. So I definitely think feeding her the ball more will help UC out in this third quarter.
Leading scorer is Jillian Hayes with 12 points. Alliance and Diva is your leading rebounder with 5. Ariel Jackson leads the team in assists with 3. Bearcats lead 34-18. We'll be back shortly with the second half here on Bearcat Sports Radio.
welcome back to Cincinnati Bearcats versus Davidson Wildcats. We have the Bearcats up 34-18. They dominated in the second quarter with Jillian Hayes, our leading scorer, with 12 points. Also want to highlight Tania Hilton. She has been an absolute dominant person out there on the court with defense, getting the steals. Cincinnati came out with a press there in the second quarter, and Hilton got a couple steals. It turned into points. So I would definitely want to see the press more in this second half for the Bearcats.
Yeah, the Bearcats outscored the Wildcats 23-4 in that second quarter, an absolute domination. Wildcats couldn't get anything going since the Bearcats applied that press. And you mentioned it with Tania Hilton, she's really embraced that point guard role for the Bearcats, taking the ball up the floor for them all year so far. She's got 11 points in the day. She's going to inch her way towards 20, see if she can get another, possibly another career high. She said it earlier this year at UIC. Jillian Hayes with 12 points as well. Only 3 rebounds, which is for her pretty low, as she's averaging almost a double-double, or she is actually averaging a double-double. But interesting to see what the Bearcats do in the second half.
Yeah, definitely want to see Jillian Hayes on the board more. She usually averages, like you said, 11 rebounds. She only has 3 today. So definitely want to see her more active out there on the boards and on defense as well. You're getting ready to start the third quarter. Cincinnati up 34-18. It's looking like the starters for the Cincinnati Bearcats are the same ones from the first quarter. We have number 3, Reagan Jackson, number 2, Tania Hilton, number 25, Aliens Ndiba, number 20, Jillian Hayes, and number 34, Ariel Jackson. It'll be Wildcats ball. They're going to inbound it at half court. Morgan for the Wildcats has the ball up top. She's going to dribble around the ball down to Pryor. She's going to set a screen for number 7, Donovan. She puts it up, and it is blocked by Hayes. The Bearcats get the ball. We got Hilton taking the ball down the court. She's going to take the ball all the way in, and she is fouled. She's going to go head to the free throw line. She took a hard hit there, taking a couple minutes to get back up. Fouls on number 4, Morgan, for the Wildcats.
You mentioned on that defensive end, Jillian Hayes getting another block. Top 3 all-time in Bearcats history in blocks, over 100. That was, in fact, her 130th block all-time. Foul was called on the Wildcats. The Bearcats will try and extend their lead.
With Hilton at the line, she's going to take her first shot. And she's just off the mark for that free throw. I think that is only the second or third free throw we have missed tonight, so that has not been one of our problems. Hilton's going to take a second chance at the line, and she makes that one in. Wildcats are going to take the ball out of bounds. Cincinnati, we see again in this press, and they are not letting the Wildcats get across half court easily. Morgan, finally for the Wildcats, gets it half court. She passes it over to Brundocks. Passes it back to Morgan, over to the side to Haynes. Haynes passes it back to Morgan. They're passing it around the arc right now, back over to Haynes. It seems like Cincinnati is in a zone. Morgan will take the dribble back out to Haynes. Haynes will drive it in and pass it back out to Morgan. Morgan puts the ball up, and it goes out of bounds. That was great defense there by Cincinnati. They changed to a zone instead of man-to-man, and it just didn't seem like Davidson could keep up with it.
Yeah, kind of trying to catch them off guard there. We saw Davidson a lot in that second quarter. Just have to throw up the random 3 right before the shot clock ended. Had to do it again there. Bearcats aren't letting them get away with anything easily.
And we see Davidson coming right back at the Bearcats with a press. Hilton gets it up pretty easily with that laid-back press. Hilton is going to dribble over to Jackson. Ariel Jackson passes it over to Reagan Jackson. She has it on the outside. She's going to drive, looking down to Haynes. Can't get it to her. We got Hilton up top. She's going to take it, and quick jumper looked like, but pass down to Haynes. Haynes with the reverse layup. Good. It is 35-18 Cincinnati.
Jillian Hayes, 14 points in the day, leading scorer for the Bearcats. Gets another one there.
We got Morgan for the Wildcats. She popped a 3 up top and hits that. We didn't see many 3s hit for the Wildcats in that first half. So they finally are able to hit the mark We got Ariel Jackson bringing the ball up for the Wildcats, for the Bearcats, my fault this time. We got Hilton on the corner. She pops a three, and it rolls out, but Haynes gets the ball, rebound. Looked like she got fouled there, but the refs didn't call it. Wildcats end up with the ball. We got Morgan coming down the court. She is going to drive, and she gets stopped by Hilton. Great defense down there by Hilton to stop her on the baseline. Up top for number 11, Adunupe, and number 7 for Donovan for the Wildcats. Passes it back out to Brundevix. She shoots up a three, and it misses. Nadiba comes down with the rebound. Hilton having trouble down in the backcourt, not seem to getting any help, and they call a foul on the Wildcats. Hilton seemed to get tripped up there.
Yeah, she went down hard trying to get through that press. Saw her go down hard earlier in the game as well.
Yeah, she's just a hard player, offense and defense. You're going to see her go hard for the ball. You're going to see her go hard on the ground when she gets fouled. The Bearcats are going to take it out on the sideline. They're going to pass it, easy pass into Hilton, and she's going to bring it up the court, setting up the play. She has control. She is looking at Reagan Jackson. She's going to pass it to the corner to Reagan Jackson, who pops it, and it rolls around the rim to go in. 37-21. Bearcats still in their nice rhythm here in this second half. Morgan for Davidson brings it up, passes it over to Haynes. Passes it up top to Adenupe. He's going to drive. Hand off to Millie, my fault. And Cincinnati gets a block on Adenupe. My fault. Ariel Jackson is bringing the ball up the court for the Cincinnati Bearcats. She is going to drive it all the way in and just can't connect with the basket. Davidson comes up with the rebound, and we have Brundevix bringing the ball down. Up top for Donovan, passes it over to Haynes, and she takes it up for the bucket.
That was a beautiful finger roll on that one. Izzy Morgan put it up, easily teardropped its way in there.
Davidson doing a little bit harder press, but we got Jackson in the corner. She just misses that three. Cincinnati seems to be rushing a bit of their offense. I think they need to slow it down a little. We got Morgan for Davidson over on the wing. Donovan going to set her a screen, and she is going to take it all the way and gets fouled. She will head to the free throw line. Morgan has seemed to be the dominant player for Davidson out there, handling the ball most of the times, taking it to the basket.
Yeah, Izzy Morgan's the second leading scorer, averaging 8.5 a game. She ranked 8th in the A10 last season in assists per game.
So they actually said that foul wasn't on the shot, so Davidson will take it out of bounds underneath. We got it up to Haynes. She will take that shot for three, and it is good.
Davidson had a lot of trouble offensively in that second quarter, not having any so far here in the third. Outscoring the Bearcats 8-5.
Putting a lot of pressure on Hilton. She throws it up, and it gets over court to Byers, and she lays the ball in for the Cincinnati Bearcats. It'll be 39-26. After the play, it seems to be a foul on Jillian Hayes. I think she just accidentally ran into the Davidson player.
That was a great play by Brianna Byers on that basket to work her way inside, put that one up off the glass and in. Unfortunate Jillian Hayes with her second foul of the game.
We got Prier up top, passing it over to Bessel. She passes it to the corner to Donovan, who seemed to almost lose the ball, but she got it back. She's going to drive the ball in and lay it up, and she traveled. It will be UC Bearcats ball.
A lot of sloppiness for both teams back and forth. A lot of unforced turnovers that are both going to need to figure out as the year goes on.
Hilton trying to take Davidson one-on-one. Passes it over to Dunn. She's looking for help. She passes it over to Hilton, who again is looking to set up a play. She's going to pass it back to Dunn, who passes it over to Byers, over to Mann, who shoots a three, and it just rolls off the rim. Davidson's Bessel takes the ball down the court. She's going to pass over to the wing, up to Haynes, who gets fouled. It was actually Pryor who got fouled by by Chloe Mann. So that will be Cincinnati's third timeout, which we didn't, third timeout, my fault, third foul of this quarter, which we didn't see a lot in that first half, many fouls. So we already have Cincinnati with 3 and Davidson with 2, which is about as many as we saw there in the first half. So we will be right back. All right, we are back here at the Cincinnati Bearcats versus Davidson Wildcats. Cincinnati Bearcats are up 41-26. Davidson has the ball out of bounds. It goes up top to the 44 Bessel. She's going to handle the ball up top, and Hilton gets the hand on the ball and gets a steal. She is going to have an easy layup to put it in, and it is 41-26, the Bearcats.
That was an
Hilton has a nice hard press going.
easy steal from Hilton there, able to convert it.
And like we said in the first half, she absolutely dominated in that press on defense and turned that into points. So we see her doing that again here in the second half. And we have Millie Pryor for Davidson taking the ball all the way to the hoop to get Davidson on the board again for 43-28.
Davidson made their last 3 field goals, trying to ignite some offense here, see if they can dig their way out of the hole.
We got the ball over to Cincinnati Bearcats. We got Chloe Mann up top. She's going to take it into the lane and pass it down to Jillian Hayes. I'm not sure if that was supposed to meant to be a pass or a shot, but Jillian Hayes gets fouled down on the baseline. Cincinnati is going to take it out underneath.
Yeah, Jillian Hayes, she's done it the past couple of years, just battling down low, making her presence known. I mean, she's just bodying people down there. There's no other way to really put it. She's such a big body, and she knows how to use it the right way and just box out her opponents.
We have 2 substitutes for Davidson. We saw their Millie Pryor get her second foul there, and they took her out, making sure she doesn't get that third. Jillian Hayes gets the inbound ball, and she is going to try to bully her way all the way down there, and she gets fouled by Strauss for Davidson. She is going to go to the line.
Kind of surprised they called that foul. It looked as if Strauss had got all ball. But I guess since Hayes ended up on the ground, they felt like they had to.
Yeah, it's definitely a big battle down there with Hayes and Strauss. They're both very strong, big girls down there on the blocks that it's going to be tough for Hayes to be able to get around her, but she was able to get the foul called on that one, so she's going to take her first shot. And Hayes hits that one. We haven't seen her miss many free throws. That is not common for her to miss those.
Strauss with 4 fouls as well. Keep an eye on that.
Jillian Hayes is going to take her second shot for her free throw. And that one will just roll right off the rim. Davidson gets the rebound. We got Morgan bringing the ball up with some hard defense from the Bearcats. Brundevig's got the ball with Hilton on her. Hilton stops her out on the wing, passes the ball over to Morgan. Chloe Mann playing some hard defense up on her at the top of the key. Morgan's going to try to free herself from Mann. She passes it down to Strauss, who just misses the layup, and Hilton gets that rebound. Bringing the ball down for the Bearcats. She is moving fast and loses the ball. Morgan gets the ball, and she is taking it down for Davidson. We got some scrappy play going on here, and Morgan throws the ball down for Davidson to get the 2 points. UC inbounds the ball to Hilton, and Morgan is going to get called for that foul. You just see Hilton all over the floor tonight.
Yeah, Tanea Hilton has been everywhere, both offensively and defensively. Katrina Merriweather mentioned earlier how big of a difference she's made. She made sure not to call out last year's team at all, but comparatively, they needed a point guard this year. To keep improving this team, they needed someone to step up and take that role, someone who can be there everywhere they need offensively but still have that defensive stronghold. And Tanea Hilton's really took that role. She's really stepped up. She's got 14 points already. She's going to get close if we had to bet to her career high, which is 20, she said earlier this year.
So Cincinnati is in the bonus now, so Tanea Hilton will shoot 2 free throws, and that first one of hers is good, putting UC up 44-30. So with UC already being in the bonus, that's 3 minutes of extra shots if they get fouled, that they just get sent right to the free throw line. So Davidson's really got to be careful with their fouls right now. Tanea Hilton gets beat just a little bit on the press, so Davidson's able to break it, but she makes her way back. You got Timerson up top, passes it down to Strauss, who passes it out to Dar, who shoots the ball. And Hilton gets that rebound. Passes it long down court to Dunn, passes it back up to Hilton. She's going to set up a play. It's nice to see UC getting that offense running after some scrappy play. We got Hilton driving into the elbow. She's going to pass it back out to Dunn. Dunn's going to take it into the elbow as well. Pass out to Chloe Mann, who's going to take it all the way in. Down to Snyder, who just gets blocked. It'll be UC ball out of bounds.
Leah Nafa playing some tight defense there, absolutely smacked it out of Delaney Snyder's hands. Snyder almost seemed surprised when it was out of her hands based off her reaction. And Leah Nafa has silently been a strong force for the Wildcats today. She's got 9 points, but as we just saw, making her presence known defensively. Also has 4 rebounds, all on the defensive side. Timeout, Davidson.
This is a media timeout.
We will be back after this media timeout. welcome back after that media timeout. It is going to be UC ball underneath. And it looks like we have Byers going to throw it in for the Bearcats. We have UC up 46-30 here in the third quarter. We got 2 minutes and 27 seconds left. Byers is going to inbound the ball down to Snyder. He's going to put it up, and she misses. We got number 3, Timerson for Davidson, bringing the ball down. She pops it over to the wing to Dower, passes it back up to Strauss. She is going to dribble around the arc, who passes it over to Brundock. She's going to take it all the way in, and she gets fouled. It is actually an offensive foul on Brundock's. It seemed like she extended her arm. So it'll be Bearcats ball. Davidson coming out with the press. Seems like they're gonna press up just a little bit more than they did in that first half and then fall back. We got Chloe Mann taking the ball. She's gonna take it all the way in the lane and shoot it up, and she makes that bucket for 46-30 UC Bearcats. That was a all Chloe Mann show right there for her first 2 points of the game. We got Davidson over. Strauss takes it up for a layup with a nice pass from Dower to put Davidson on the board again. 48-30 Cincinnati. 48-32, my fault. We have the ball with Cincinnati at Dunn at the top of the key. She passes it over to Reagan Jackson. She's going to drive down to the lane and pass it back out to Chloe Mann. And she is going to reset the offense. We got a screen from Reagan Jackson for Chloe Mann. Chloe Mann is going to take it all the way in again and gets fouled on her shot. She will head to the free throw line.
Yeah, Chloe Mann, she averaged 8 points in her debut week here for the Bearcats, the freshman from Fort Worth, Texas. And she got her first 2 points a drive ago. Now she'll have a chance to get a few more. Trina Merriweather talked very highly of her today, saying that she can see her improving with this new incoming freshman class of next year that is so highly touted. Expects big things out of her.
Yeah, it's nice to see when Hilton comes out, we do have a reliable person to put in that point guard position as well. She has been handling the ball good as she hits that second free throw. She went 2 for 2 from the line, putting the Bearcats up 49-32. Cincinnati's coming out with a press that Davidson seems to break a little easier than they did in that first half. And we got Timerson up at the top, passing it down over to Leonafa. Man, that is the last name. She gets 2 more points on the board. She's going to have 11 for the game right now. She is Davidson's leading scorer right now. UC is going to take it out underneath. Dunn going to pass it over into Mann, who's going to take her person one-on-one down the court. Gets across half court pretty easily. No time second. She's going to put the ball up and just misses that layup, but Snyder gets that rebound. Again, her own rebound, and puts that ball back in. Snyder, just a huge problem down there at the post for Davidson, making the Bearcats up 2 more points. Davidson almost lost the ball down there. Dower, who passes it back over to Dower, passes it down to Lenaif. Oh my goodness, that name is going to struggle. Strauss dribbles the ball off her foot, and Byers picks it up, passes it over to Mann to bring the ball down for the Bearcats. They are on a run. Seems Mann's going to bring it back out, set up the offense. Seemed like they were going to go on a run there for a minute, but they slowed that back down. Mann's going to bring it over to the wing. Reagan Jackson looking for a shot. Mann takes it all the way with a reverse and doesn't get it, but Snyder gets that rebound. Just doesn't get it before that time goes. So at the end of third quarter, we got 52-34, the Cincinnati Bearcats. So, Aiden, what do you think that was different in that quarter than the first quarter for the Cincinnati?
Well, you know, Davidson really started to come together there at the end. They were 6 for their last 8. They're starting to figure out the Bearcats offensively a little bit, trying to stop them and make their way inside. The Bearcats were kind of relying a little bit on that outside shot a little bit more. Delaney Snyder started to get involved there at the end as well. But when you go to this first quarter, we're going to have to see what the Bearcats like to do. Are you going to start to see a lot more people from the bench? Do you decide to go back to some people like Jillian Hayes, Ariel Jackson? Or you see Delaney Snyder getting a couple minutes, people like Daly Dunn as well? What are the Bearcats going to choose to do will be the question.
All right, well, we will be back for the fourth quarter here in just a few minutes. We're back for the fourth quarter here at Fifth Third Arena. We have Cincinnati leading 52 against the Davidson Wildcats to 34. It is going to be Cincinnati's ball out of bounds at half court. Looks like we got Ariel Jackson passing it in to Hilton. She's going to take her person one-on-one across half court. She's going to set up the offense up top, pass it over to Nadiba, who passes it down to Hayes, who puts it up and in. 2 more points for Jillian Hayes to put her at 17.
Jillian Hayes, watch out for another 20 bomb from her. Working her way towards it.
Davidson has the ball over. We got Millie Pryor, who passes it over to Brundox. Passes it over to Morgan up at the top of the key, back to Brundox. She's going to look down, but passes it back over to Morgan. Passes it over to Brundox, who shoots the 3 and makes it.
They're not going away easy. Brundox gets that 3. Wildcats are trying to stay in. It's going to be a big hole to dig out of, but we'll see what happens.
And Jillian Hayes gets that inbound ball, and she gets fouled by Davidson.
You almost wonder at this point if Davidson is not just going to let everyone run at him and just see what happens, to see if they can get a quick steal out of it. Probably going to play as aggressive as they can be on defense.
Cincinnati gets that ball in pretty easy. We got a double team going on Hilton because we've been seeing her dominate. She gets the ball away quickly over to the corner, Reagan Jackson, who passes it back over to her. Reagan Jackson again over on the wing. Her 3 just bounces out. I could have swore that one was going down in. Bounced right off the rim. Morgan with the rebound for Davidson. She's going to pass it over to the wing to Haynes, who's going to dribble it back up top to Pryor. Pryor is going to take Hayes one-on-one, who passes it out to Morgan, who hits a 3. That is 2 threes in a row for Davidson. UC really needs to get their defense out on the 3-point line to stop that. We got Ariel Jackson taking the ball down the court, passes it over to Hilton. She passes it over to Hayes, but there is a off-ball foul on Millie Pryor for Davidson.
That's going to be her 4th as well. You know, have 3 players in foul trouble for Davidson. We got Morgan, Pryor, and Strauss. That's 3 of your leading scorers. Looks like they're going to go to the monitor here, possibly.
Yeah, I believe they're going to look over to see who that foul was on. Seemed like they both were going at it pretty hard underneath the basket. But we will be right back after this preview. back after that review. It seems like they switched that foul to Jillian Hayes, an intentional foul on number 20, Jillian Hayes. That will be her 3rd foul.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. They called that an intentional foul. I don't really know what to say about that one. I mean, it's an interesting call. I definitely wasn't expecting that one, but hey, I mean, you've got to find something here. Jillian Hayes' 3rd foul.
Davidson will keep the basketball side out of bounds for the Wildcats.
Izzy Morgan shot those free throws for Davidson on that intentional foul, and she missed both, or did she just miss one?
She missed, I think she missed the first one. She made the second one.
So she went 1 for 2 from the line. She's going to have the ball back up top for Davidson. They got the ball back after that intentional foul, and she takes it all the way and just misses that layup. We got Ariel Jackson with the rebound for Cincinnati Bearcats. She's going to bring that ball down the court and pass it over to Tanaya Hilton. She is going to reset the offense, get Cincinnati a little bit controlled. And there is a foul on Izzy Morgan for Davidson. You just saw Reagan Jackson go flying backwards. I am not sure what happened, but they called a foul on Morgan. So UC will keep the ball.
You know, I mentioned earlier it'd be interesting to see how UC decides to play the rest of this game. You've got your starting lineup almost out there, if not your exact starting lineup out there right now. Is that 20-point lead you had, it's down to 13. This 7-0 run to start off this quarter from the Wildcats really making a difference. The Bearcats got to stay strong here.
And that is actually number 5 on Izzy Morgan for Davidson. So she will foul out of the game.
That's big.
That is huge.
That's your 2nd leading scorer for the Wildcats now out of the game.
Especially tonight. She has played a great game tonight, really controlling the ball up top for Davidson. So that will be a huge loss for that team.
21 minutes played.
And we have Ariel Jackson for the Bearcats inbounding it underneath the basket. She gets it up to Hilton up top, and she's going to set up the offense over to the corner for Reagan Jackson, who's going to take the ball in and shoot it, and she just misses that layup. Davidson is able to come up with that rebound, Donovan, but it was not an easy rebound for her to control. Timerson's got the ball up top, and Hilton tips it, but Davidson controls it. Donovan up top. She passes it over to Haynes, who's going to take it all the way into the lane and shoot a little fadeaway, but she just misses that, and Nadiba gets the rebound. She's going to pass it over to Hilton to bring up the ball.
Tonight, we was talking about tonight, Hilton. I mean, she's really just made her presence known. She's got 3 steals already, almost had a 4th one there in that last possession.
I love how she controls the offense, too. Once you think the game's getting a little out of control, she brings that ball down, and she is really able to control UC, get them into play, and get them their best scoring option. We had Nadiba down low. You thought they were going to call a foul, but they called a travel on her. Seems she didn't keep her pivot foot down and moved it just a little bit. We got a couple subs here coming in for Cincinnati. We got Byer coming in for Nadiba. We had Reagan Jackson go out. And we had Dunn come in. So a little bit of changes for the UC lineup, but not too much. We still have Hilton out there. She's going to give a little bit of one-on-one press against Timerson for Davidson. She is going to pass it over to Donovan, who's got Hayes on her. Really tall player, passes it over to Brundunks, who's going to take it back up top. Ariel Jackson playing really hard defense. Brundunks gets around her and floats it up and just misses that layup. Jillian Hayes with the rebound, passes it out to Hilton to bring the ball up. Hilton's going to go a little faster, down to Hayes with a nice cut, and Jillian Hayes gets fouled. That was a great pass from Tanaya Hilton to Hayes. Hayes was able to see that open court and cut to the open spot, but Hilton was able to see her cut and get that pass to her.
I love that connection between Hayes and Hilton, and being able to see that develop throughout the year is going to be absolutely amazing. I mean, those are 2 players that really complement each other well. Hayes has that size where she can work down low, and Hilton's got those ball handles up top. I'm going to watch for that exact play they just ran all year and see how it develops.
Yeah, it's really exciting because it is only the 3rd game of the season. We are at the beginning of the season. We are just starting to see exactly what UC's women's team can do. But Jillian Hayes and Tanaya Hilton, I think, are going to be a major part of the UC women's basketball progress and success this season. Jillian Hayes hits that first shot to put the Bearcats up 55-41 this fourth quarter. And her second one is just a little short. We got 6 minutes and 20 seconds left in this fourth quarter with UC up by 14. Davidson's Timmerson's got the ball up top with Hilton on her playing some really hard defense. She passes it over to Dower, who passes it cross court over to Haynes, who takes it all the way in and passes it back out to, seems like Dower, but someone, seems like Haynes is hurt. She took a hard fall. Seems like it's her ankle. That's not good with Davidson having Morgan just foul out and now Haynes being hurt. I hope she's okay. But we are going to take a quick break while they make sure she is good. All right, well, we are back here in the fourth quarter with 6 minutes left to go. UC leading by 14. We just saw Davidson's key player, Haynes. She hadn't hit many shots, but she really helped Davidson. And she went down with an ankle injury and was taken off the court. So Davidson will inbound the ball again, and we have Adupe shooting the three, who just bounces off the rim. And Dunn gets that rebound, but they're going to call a foul on her. I didn't see that one there. But Davidson will take the ball out underneath for another chance for some points. Davidson inbounding the ball up top. Hilton almost got a hand on it, but they're going to pass it back to Timerson in the corner, who passes it down to Lanafa, who makes her layup. She has been a huge key player for Davidson. She has 13 points now on the night. So the leading scorer for Davidson, and Hilton hits a shot for the UC Bearcats.
That was pretty.
Right back at them. Just when you think Davidson will get some points, UC comes right back, and Davidson hits a three from up top. Leah Nafa, not only is she a good post player, but she just hit a three from up top that we have not seen her do all night. And Hilton, another beautiful pass down to Hayes. Like we mentioned earlier, that connection between those two is just going to be so much fun to watch all season. And they get us another point for UC on the board. We got Davidson down, Dupe right over Byers for a point for Davidson. Hilton's going to bring the ball up for UC, 59-46 Bearcats.
Davidson just refusing to go away, leads down to 11.
For sure. Hilton just took that ball in, and she got fouled, so she'll head to the line for 2 shots. But like you were saying, Davidson will not back down. I mean, it was a 20-point game, and now we're down to 11 points.
Yeah, Jillian Hayes now with 20 points on the day. Got her 20th on that last basket. Tanea Hilton's going to have the chance to get 20 herself as well with these 2 shots.
And that one is good. So the next, she makes this next free throw. That will put 2 players for UC at 20 points. With only having 60 points scored, those 2 have been dominating this court tonight. I feel like those are the 2 names we've said the most, are Tanea Hilton and Jillian Hayes. Those 2 are the connection between them. They find each other on the court, play the defense. As you see, Ariel Jackson just took the ball away from Davidson and is going to take it on her own for a layup, but doesn't get it. And she goes for the rebound, but fouls Davidson player. That was a really, really tough play by Ariel Jackson. She took the ball away, took it one-on-one to the basket, just missed the layup, and kept up with the rebound, but just got that foul. We have Millie Pryor coming in for Davidson, another one of their top players. She does have 4 fouls, so we do need to keep an eye on her. As Davidson brings the ball up, Temerson up top, passes it over to Pryor, who's gonna dribble it a little bit up at top and hand off over to Brundox, who's gonna take it down and out to Temerson, who just loses the handle on the ball, and Jillian Hayes comes up with it. Hilton goes flying down the court. She's looking for her teammates Dunn in the corner, back up to the top to Hilton, who's gonna pop a 3. And it just goes off. But Jillian Hayes down there with the rebound, and she almost gets that layup right in there. That was a great rebound by Jillian Hayes. Davidson bringing the ball down over to Brundox. She takes it all the way into the hoop and does not get that point. And Jillian Hayes comes up with the rebound again. She has had a phenomenal rebounding night. That is her 7th rebound on the night. She does usually average 11.
Hayes, you can tell she's starting to get winded out there. She's moving a little bit slower than she has been. She's got 27 minutes played already. She's leading the team in minutes wise. Starting to see her slow down a little bit.
And we got Dunn popping it in the wing for UC, and she hits that 3-point to make it 64-48 Cincinnati. Just when we thought Davidson was falling behind, coming back a little, UC just puts in the gear and gets everything going. We got Davidson back over. We got Lanafa tried to get that backdoor cut to Pryor, or to Brundox, my fault, and just missed her, went out of bounds. It'll be UC ball. We had a couple subs, Jillian Hayes going out as well as Byers. We got Chloe Mann coming in as well as Dunn. Bird. Hilton up top with the ball. She's gonna set up the offense, bring it over to the wing. She's gonna get a screen by Nadiba. Bring her player right off that screen, keep the handle. Looking for a player open, but she's gonna take it herself to the lane, pop it out to Chloe Mann. Chloe Mann is going to take her player one-on-one, pops it, and she just misses that 2-pointer. But Bird gets that rebound with a reverse layup, and she does not get that one. It is a scramble for the ball, and Davidson comes up with it. Brondux down to Dower, and it is out of bounds on UC. Hilton was able to get a hand in there on that passing lane to pass the ball out of bounds, and not an easy layup for Davidson.
Yeah, Davidson had 3 turnovers in the last 2:30. We saw them start this quarter out hot. Now they've kind of cooled off a lot. Final 2:30. They gotta make one last push here.
Yep, they haven't scored in the past 2 minutes and 30 seconds, so we'll see if they change something up. And we got Chloe Mann, who deflected that pass to the corner to make it out of bounds. Davidson will take the ball out on the side again. We have Reagan Jackson coming in for Hilton. She has had a phenomenal game tonight. 20 points. And Davidson inbounds that ball. They're gonna go down to the elbow and back out top. Temerson takes the ball all the way in and passes it out to Brondux, who shoots a 3, and it just misses. Scramble for the rebound, but Davidson's number 11, Dupe, comes up with it, and Nadipa takes it away. UC bringing the ball down, Chloe Mann. Seems like she's gonna take it all the way, almost got it taken. She's gonna pass it out to Dunn. Chloe Mann gets it back, and she's going to set up the offense up top. Over to Dunn. Nadipe is going to set a screen for Dunn. Nice roll. Chloe Mann for the 3, and it is just short. It'll be Davidson ball out of bounds.
Yeah, and Diva's got 3 blocks on the night. She's also got 10 rebounds. It's her 3rd straight game with 10 rebounds. Starting the year off hot. She last year achieved double-digit rebounds in 36 of 57 games in her JUCO career.
Just under 2 minutes left to play. Davidson's got the ball on their side of the court. Pass up to Timerson up top, over to Bessel, who passes it down to Strauss, who just gets that ball blocked by Bird. And UC comes up with the ball. Reagan Jackson over to Chloe Mann. Chloe Mann is going to go down the court nice and fast and puts that ball up. She does not make it, but she does get fouled, so she will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. I'm glad to see Davidson not giving up in this last final 2 minutes, even though they're behind. They're still keeping in there, still taking shots, still playing hard defense. But UC just will not back down.
Yeah, UC, or really both teams, find themselves in scoring droughts right now. UC has won for their last 7, 4 turnovers in the last 4 minutes for Davidson. And it's really just been a rough kind of end to this quarter, as both teams just battle it out for this last minute 16.
It is actually a 7-0 run for over the past 4 minutes for UC to Davidson. And I think we've seen that big time in this 4th quarter, and how Davidson fall back is just UC really building that lead up. But they're still going to play hard. We got Lanafa up and in for a layup. That puts her at 18 points for the night. Davidson's leading scorer. She's really just been all over the place for him. Chloe Mann brings it down into the corner for Dunn. She's going to pass up that 3 shot, and Reagan Jackson back up top. Seems like they're going to waste some time on this clock. We got just below 45 seconds left. Chloe Mann just dribbling around the arc. She's going to look down for Bird, but she passes it over to Nadipe, who passes it down to Bird, and she's going to try to do a spin move, but just misses that layup. Nadipe gets that rebound and puts it in for the UC Bearcats. It is 68-50. Davidson taking the ball down. We got Bessel on the other side of the court, over to Timerson, over to the corner with a 3 from Dower, and it air balls with UC ball, and they're going to hold that ball to end the 4th quarter for us. That is a wonderful UC Bearcats win over the Davidson Wildcats, 68-50 here at Fifth Third Arena. That was a fun game to watch. UC really fought their way through, found their rhythm.
It was a great showing from the Bearcats. They really battled through some adversity throughout the whole game, had a couple scoring droughts they had to overcome. Great showing from players like Tanea Hilton and Jillian Hayes, both having 20 points. We also had Ndiba getting 11 rebounds on the day. Just a great showing overall when you look at it for the entire Bearcats squad. They beat a good Davidson team that came in that out of the A-10, came in with a win on the year, as the Bearcats now are 3-0 for the first time since 15-16. So, with that, the Bearcats win this one 68-50 over the Davidson Wildcats. We'll be back tomorrow night for volleyball here from Fifth Third Arena. Signing off, Aiden Riggs and Mackenzie Tackett here on Bearcat Sports Radio.